Good evening, good morning, everyone. So good to see you. We are in the ending days of December 2021. Super exciting time for us. We've got a lot of things going on. If you've had a crazy 2021 and you're looking forward to 2022, then you're in the right place. And if you're thinking perhaps, well, I'm just going to sleep right through, like be Father Christmas, Father Time, and I'm going to sleep into 2022. Today is all about sleep. And so we're going to be telling you all the new tricks and tips for helping you to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to share my screen with you. And then I also want to take a moment to just say to everyone, thank you for having been here. And if you could take a minute and just click the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And ring the bell so that you can get notifications each and every time we have a new video coming out. 2022 promises to be a great one. And we've got some terrific topics coming out. We've actually got all our topics planned until March of this year, or March of next year, sorry. And I think they're going to be really good ones. So stay tuned. We've got some really interesting information to share. Whoops, hold on for me 1 second. How is everybody today? Let me know in the chat if you are on here for the first time. I really want to hear it, because super important that we say hi to our new people, right? We want to make sure that they always feel welcome. Okay, yes, and we are sharing information with all of you, and I hope you can see this. Yes, I think you can. The chat is open just in case, if you can take a look. And for anybody who's on with me, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. I think you all can. I can't see my friends today. I don't know what's happening. I'm a little bit blocked. If you are, if you're in the chat, yes. Oh, thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Debbie. I really appreciate it. That makes a big difference for me. Today, we're going to talk about sleep wellness and getting better sleep. We can really sleep poorly sometimes during the holidays. We're staying up late, we're eating crazy foods. I have to say, on Christmas night, I ate something that I haven't had in a long time. Anybody know what the dish beef stroganoff is? So I hardly ever eat meat anymore, but beef stroganoff, homemade, is one of my favorite dishes. And I thought, why not? I'll just have a small portion. And I have to say, it was delicious and super fresh, and all the ingredients were great. But afterwards, my stomach was kind of, I don't know, let's say I was doing flip-flops, and then I couldn't sleep. So I took everything that I could think of to help my digestive system really support it, help me to digest well. And then I was able to go on and actually get a good night's restful sleep. Anybody else not sleeping well during the holiday season? I'd love to hear from you. Chat is open. So anytime you want to hop on there and give me a just some information. What's going on with you? Heavy foods causing you to not sleep? Are you sitting up chit-chatting late into the night with your friends? What's going on with you? And maybe you're sleeping perfectly well. Let me know that too. I'd really like to hear it. Okay, so today, as I mentioned, we're talking about sleep wellness, and all of the ideas, or at least many of the ideas presented in this presentation, come from the book, Essential Oils, Healthcare for Today, a beginner's guide. And it contains 90-day plans, basically 3 months of activities and products that you can be using and doing to keep yourself healthy. And there are 50 health plans. And I think while they're the basics, right? Back to the OG oils, back to all the original products. And I think you're really going to like them. Let's give everybody who's here a really warm welcome. We've got some, I don't know, unexpected twists and turns the last year and a half or so, and sometimes even daily, right? We just have things that pop up on our screen or pop up in our lives, which don't allow us to sleep really well. I know what it's like to feel worried over every little decision, wondering about relationships. I think we've all been there. And I think specifically now during the holiday season, we're feeling a little bit uncertain. Where are we going and what's going to happen in 2022? I personally am feeling like this is let's call it the storm before the calm. We're having a little bit of spike in some of our illnesses in the neighborhood that I'm in. Thankfully, though, most of us can get out and we can do different things. And we're, as somebody said the other day, this is my 4th lockdown. So what can you do? And I'm sure in many of the countries that I'm talking to you, you've got the same sort of thing. We are not on lockdown here, but this woman that I was talking to was, she's actually in the London area. But we're going to do the best that we can. Life has daily ups and downs. We have seasonal things that happen to us. You don't need to suffer in silence if you're not able to sleep. With the sleep programs, and we're going to be talking a lot about the 3-month sleep programs, but if you're not able to access those programs, or you're not able to purchase some of those products because you're in a different market and you're concerned about delivery or whatever, many of the products that are in those pouches or those kits, are available wherever you are. So you should be able to put together your own kits and your own pouches specifically for sleep. I want to wish everybody a happy 2022. I know we're going into a very, an amazing year. I kind of like the roundness of that number. Anybody else feeling like that's a beautiful number, 2022? Just even to look at it looks kind of elegant and peaceful. And shocking to think that we are at the beginning of our 3rd decade in the 2000s. It just, time is flying, but I think we're all in the right place and we're doing the things that we need to be doing. So let's talk about Sleep Wellness Program Kit 1. So sleep wellness programs are designed to help your body get the same restful sleep that you would if you were a baby, and trying to help you to get the same restful sleep every night, or as many nights as you possibly can. There's always going to be things that occasionally disrupt our sleep, but the sleep wellness programs are designed to help you get that good, restful sleep on a consistent basis. Troubles falling asleep, or maybe staying asleep, or experience low quality sleep, these are the types of products that you want to incorporate into your daily routine. I'm going to show the different kits, and then I'm going to describe the products to you. Many of these kits have specialty items in there that are not available for sale outside of these kits. So there's something, I think, inherently different and exciting about the kits, and I think you'll like them too. So kit number 1 includes Cedarwood, Serenity, a 15 milliliter bottle of Serenity, the Calmer Roll-On, the Serenity Restful capsules, mini bath salts. You can see that on the an exclusive gift, which is a gratitude booklet, and it's actually a journal, so you can keep track of what's going on in your life. I started reading a book, actually, I think day before yesterday, and I think it's called A Grace Given. And I know that's kind of a funny title, and it's not necessarily a happy book. It's the memoir of a man who is recounting, I'm sorry to say this about sleep, but he's recounting the death of his child, actually his first child. But the book is actually, and of course I'm crying through the whole book, but there's a lot of hope in the book. There's a lot of peace in the book. There's a lot of serenity in the book. And I think sometimes when we step back and we're able to look at the joy, maybe even in suffering, sometimes we're able to achieve something greater. So I don't want you to ever despair. And if you are despairing, maybe you're able to step back and see that there's beauty in what it is that you're experiencing. And I know that's kind of an existential way of saying that each one of us need to experience the highs and lows of life to be able to clearly understand them and embrace them. So when we have joys, of course, it's very easy to say, I'm joyful. But when we have sorrows, right, that's when we actually can reflect on the joys that we've had before. And I know that's very philosophical and, I don't know, maybe hard to take first thing in the morning. The first product in our lineup is Cedarwood. Cedarwood is one of my all-time favorites. It's known for its rich and warm woody scent. It has a ton of benefits. It's native to cold climates. I think, in fact, our Cedarwood either comes from the northern United States or Canada, right near where I am. It's about -2 degrees centigrade, so it's kind of chilly. You can see I've got a jacket on top of my sweater so that I can stay a little bit warmer here in my office. And when I get back out later, I will definitely have a nice warm long coat, a hat, a scarf, and so on, so that I can stay nice and warm. Some of these trees grow up to 100 feet, which is about 30 meters, I believe, so super tall. They're, because of its size and strength, cedarwood has a grounding aroma. And when it's applied topically, it has clarifying properties, frequently used in massage therapy. Its top properties, actually two of its top properties, are that it is anti-inflammatory and sedative. So keep that in mind when you're using this program, this particular product. If you're new to dōTERRA and you hear that word sedative and you get scared, don't be scared. It means that it's going to cause a lot of relaxation, but it doesn't mean that you're going to apply some cedarwood and then fall down and be dead asleep and not be able to drive your car. Doesn't work that way, okay? Essential oils are gentle, they're also mild. So stay tuned and I think you'll have some more information. So what would I be using my cedarwood for? For my typical uses would be after a difficult day, I would be diffusing it to create a relaxing experience. I would use it in my facial toner or moisturizer to promote clear and healthy looking skin. I would put it on a cotton ball and place it in a closet to keep moths in bay. But I would actually be wanting to create a relaxing, healthy environment. And we're talking about sleep. So one of the things we want to talk about is the lack of attention. Some people have chronic lack of attention, or they have chronic difficulty focusing. They may have low GABA or dopamine levels. We want to consider some of those issues when we're talking about cedarwood. Excellent. Apply it to the back of the neck, across the forehead, or diffuse it. And if you have any questions about what I'm talking about or how this could work for you, I specifically use it on my son, and I've been using it on him since he was a small boy, on his spine, on the back of his neck. He's applying it now himself because now he's a young man. But think about it for any lack of attention or lack of focus. Very important. Great for students that are trying to study. Next on the hit parade is our Serenity or Lavender piece. This is, depending on what market you're in, it's a very balanced, tranquil blend, kind of transports you to a state of repose if you want. I've been using Serenity non-stop since I first started in dōTERRA. It is hands down one of my favorite oils, and I use it in conjunction with the Serenity gel caps, and we're going to be able to talk about those today as well. It creates a restful environment, especially at bedtime. Terrific for fussy babies. You want to dilute it if you're using it on a very small baby, and you want to, if you're diffusing it, be gentle. Use only a small amount when you're talking about babies, but you can apply it to the soles of the feet or spine diluted. So dilute, dilute, dilute if it's for babies. If it's for big people like us, you're cool. Apply it the way it is. You can apply it to the bottoms of the feet at bedtime to unwind. You can use it, as I said, mixed with the Serenity gel caps, and that's for an enhanced effect. That's how I'm using it. You can diffuse it in your bedrooms or in any room really where you're thinking, I want to relax. So if you have an area in your house where you're going to sit down and maybe read a book or watch television and just want to unwind after a long day, this is the one for you. 2 to 3 drops in a warm bath with Epsom salts can also help you quite a bit, creating a soothing, relaxing, renewing experience. And you can apply it to the back of the neck or to the heart for feelings of peace. So primary benefits are restful environment of benefit, a bedtime calming and soothing and encouraging a tranquil atmosphere. Grace says she's diffusing to Serenity now as she doesn't sleep well later. Stressful maybe? Yeah, I would say there's a lot of stress going on, Miss Grace. We're all trying, right? We're trying our best. So hopefully all of these kits, all of the items in these kits will help you. And so far, everything that I've showed you is available directly from the catalog from dōTERRA. They're available in these kits, but also available directly. So if you want to place an order and just purchase these things in directly, you can do that too. Okay, Calmer Restful Blend. Calmer comes from the kids collection. You can see that it has a white top on it. It is a roll-on, has the little brain on it, which is for kids who can't read, helping them to get the idea that, this is really for my calm me down, right? Calmer oil, you can roll it on the back of the neck and chest for a child as part of a nightly ritual. And we talked about recently having nightly rituals. And I know sometimes the word ritual is a bad word for some people. They don't like the idea of regimentation or being locked in. But I have to say rituals can be very good, especially when we're talking about either young children or people who can't sleep. Getting into the habit of doing the same things every night in the same way so that your body begins to get the clues that say, oh, I'm getting ready for bed now. So that might be washing your face, brushing your teeth, maybe turning down your bed, lowering your lights, reading a book, obviously not getting away from screens, all of those things. 30 minutes to an hour before actually getting into your bed can help your body to begin to calm down. And when your body senses, this is the routine, I do this in the same way every night, it begins to accept those clues. Here's the other thing. You really do have a circadian rhythm, folks. You may not think that you do, but you do. Now, babies, it's very obvious because they tend to wake up and sleep and wake up and sleep. And it's very clear that they need naps during the day. As we get older, we begin to think, oh no, I can push the envelope. It's going to be okay. And really, it's not okay. We have to get to the point where we say to ourselves, I need that same sort of rhythm. So if you're in the habit of staying up very late and then maybe eating again in the middle of the night, you really do confuse your body, and your body gets signals that, wait, is it day? Is it night? Am I supposed to be sleeping or eating or digesting? We want to get our bodies into a regular rhythm. Now, I know that some of you are nurses or in the medical profession, and you may not be able to maintain a regular schedule. You may have shifting time schedules because of your work. As much as you possibly can, try to get on a regular schedule. And if you can, if you're a person who needs to work nights instead of days, at least maintain some sort of a schedule for yourself, a rhythm for yourself, that you're doing the same things in the same way. So calmer can be used at bedtime. And it can also be include really at any time of the day, especially when we're talking about children. You have a child that is kind of upset or really needs calming. This is the blend for you. Okay, our next one on the hit parade are finally our Serenity gel caps. I would take 1 to 2 soft gels right before sleep. I use this for occasional sleeplessness, for healthy relaxation and sleep. I want to be able to get a good night's sleep and not feel groggy in the morning. The wonderful thing about the Serenity gel caps is I can take them if I'm on a plane or a train. I can even, if I'm not driving, I might take them if I'm the passenger, just to help me unwind at the end of the day. Better than drinking a lot of alcohol, folks, I have to say. And it may help you to just kind of take the edge off at the end of the day, especially if it's been a very stressful day. It will give you that restful sleep, and it will help to calm the nervous system. So this is the thing that we really want. And if you're just having a stressful day in general, feel free to take a Serenity gel cap. It won't hurt, right? Okay, so next thing on the hit parade is our is our second kit. So these are 3 kits. They will come 3 consecutive months. Each one has a little bit of different products in it. In your second month, you're going to get a Copaiba, a Breathe, a Petitgrain. That's one of the what's one of the products that we tend to forget. Wait, Petitgrain, what is exactly is that for? I want to remind you that Petitgrain is ingestible. So many of the products here are actually ingestible. You're also going to get a Serenity Touch, a 10 milliliter Serenity Touch. You can see it there. And then a little tiny 4 milliliter Magnolia. So sweet, but you can replace the Magnolia if you wish with a full size. They are available online. And then you're going to get a Serenity Body Butter and another Gratitude Journal. Charmaine is asking, can Serenity soft gels be taken daily? They absolutely can. And if you're not sleeping well, feel free to take them daily. Now, on the back of the label, I believe it says 2 soft gels, but if you are a very petite person, you might want to start with 1, but I usually take 2 at a time. It seems to be the right dosage for me. Our sleep kit, as you can see, the first one comes with that nice little neoprene pouch, whereas the second and third one both come packaged in this sort of recyclable cardboard folded packaging. And so you can get rid of that, and you can begin to put all of those products right in your neoprene pouch. There should be tons of room in there for you. First product I want to talk about is Copaiba. We all know and love Copaiba. We may be using it for different things. We do know that when taken internally, it can support the immune and cardiovascular systems. So use your Copaiba appropriately. It is similar in chemical constituents to black pepper and can help soothe anxious feelings. So use your Copaiba. If you don't happen to have the gel caps, take an empty gel cap and put between 1 and 4 drops in a capsule. And you can take that with some of your other, maybe with your Petitgrain, which we're going to talk about in a minute. You can add 1 to 2 drops to water or juice for your, as I said, your cardiovascular, immune, even your digestive and your nervous system. So it's one of those kind of blanket oils that we could use to protect us from many different threats. I would throw in that category frankincense and lavender. So Copaiba is one of those oils. When you read all the things it can do, you say to yourself, wait, what? It does all of this? It really does do all of this. Copaiba, another one of my favorite oils, and I really do use it a lot. I use it to protect my immune system, especially now, and I'm adding it into my rotation. So very frequently, I'll take a week or 2 of Copaiba gel caps every single day, and then I'll alternate with either DDR Prime or with On Guard capsules just to keep my immune system stimulated. If I'm feeling that I've been exposed to some threat that I would rather not have been exposed, sometimes you go someplace and someone's coughing or sneezing. I felt badly the other day. I went into the drugstore to pick up something. My husband needed some eardrops. And when I got inside, I walked in the door, and I didn't mean to do this, and it was right near the perfume section, and I sneezed, and everyone who was standing around at the front door, it was kind of a loud sneeze. Everybody who was standing around the front door sort of backed up as if to say, oh no, she's coming here to get cold medicine. And I wasn't at all. And I'm perfectly healthy right now, thank goodness. It was just as a result of the perfume kind of wafting in and giving me a little bit of a jolt to my nose. But people are very nervous right now, super nervous. So we don't want to be nervous. We don't want to make anybody else nervous. Take your Copaiba. You can, it can provide antioxidant support when ingested, and you want to take it internally to calm the nervous system. The powerful antioxidant effects, of course, are going to help you actually feel better. So if you're taking your Copaiba during a time when you're feeling a little bit under the weather, it's going to help you 2 different ways. It's going to help to calm and soothe and support the nervous system, but it's also going to work to support your immune system. So it's the 1-2 punch, or maybe even the 1-2-3 punch. Use your Copaiba. Next one we have here is breathe. Another one that sometimes you might be thinking, wait, breathe for sleeping? How does that work? Why do we take breathe for sleeping? Because sometimes, and you've heard this many times before, people don't breathe that well. They start snoring, or they're snuffling while they're sleeping, or maybe they have a stuffy nose. We want them to breathe as clearly as possible because it's going to help them to have restful sleep. So if you know someone who's not an easy breather when they're sleeping, help them to get a bottle of breathe. Now, what can they do? It can help. They can put it in a diffuser. They can inhale it directly from their palms. They can rub it on their chest or their back or the soles of their feet. Now, maybe their inability to breathe very well can be due to a seasonal threat, or it can be to something in the air. I have to say, my nose has been a little stuffy. We have a live Christmas tree in our house, and while I love my live tree, I think when the pollen comes out and the tree begins to dry, gets maybe a little bit more dusty. We have, of course, all of our windows and doors closed because it's super cold here right now. What happens? The dust kind of builds up and the tree is setting off some pollen. And so I very frequently will get up in the morning with a runny nose or an itchy nose or a little bit of sneezing, and I'm taking my breathe. I'm also using my breathe in my office. You can't see it here, but I have a diffuser on the other side of the room. I also have a little diffuser. Can you see this one? Let's see. Can't bring it too far forward, but I have this little teeny diffuser, one of the ones that I ordered for myself during the holidays. And with a diamond gift, actually this year, the dōTERRA diamond gift included a special diffuser that's motion detected. Right? You can use this at bedtime for a restful environment. You can use it outdoors, of course, if you think you're going to be exposed to any sort of seasonal threats or some pollen that's going to upset your nasal passages. Use your breathe, folks. And if you know anybody who's a loud sleeper, give them some breathe. Next on the hit parade, we've got our Petitgrain. Now, I've mentioned Petitgrain about 5 or 6 times as I've been leading up to it. I have to say, the first time I smelled Petitgrain, I thought, ooh, this is really weird. It smells like super strong grapefruit. If you're not a grapefruit lover, this may be an interesting product for you. Let me know in the chat, have you used Copaiba before? I'm sorry, have you used Petitgrain before? Do you like it? Have you taken it internally? So 3 questions. Used it, liked it, taken it internally. Charmaine says right away that she loves Petitgrain. Okay, I don't know a lot of Petitgrain lovers, but I have to tell you, it is super useful. And anybody else who wants to let me know, I would love to hear from you. It is very good for internally to support your immune system and your nervous system. So that's what we're using it for sleeping, right? It's widely used in the perfume industry for body sprays, fragrances, lotions, colognes. It has a fresh, herbaceous note that's popular for men and women. So it's not something that's too floral. You can mix it with other things. You can diffuse it for calming and relaxing. It blends well with things like cassia, cinnamon, eucalyptus, geranium, and lemongrass. And I'm actually going to put that in the chat so that you have that information. There we go. You can take it internally to ease feelings of tension, help calm the nervous system, and promote restful sleep. You can add it to lavender or bergamot, to pillows and bedding in a bedding spray. You could put it in a diffuser. You could drink it in a little bit of water or juice. It does actually help not only the immune and the nervous system, but it helps the cardiovascular and digestive systems. So use your Petitgrain, blend it with other things if you find it kind of strong. I would be blending it with a floral oil because it has a very kind of sharp citrusy oil. So with any of the florals, I would particularly, as they said, lavender and bergamot, but also magnolia would be absolutely delicious. Angie's saying that Petitgrain is new to her. Narina says it smells funny, but once it applied, it actually smelled nice with body heat. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Out of the bottle, it's sort of unusual, right? Like very strong grapefruit, folks, not bad, just very strong grapefruit. And Peggy says, I don't quite like it. It smells like chili oil, but we'll try it again as it seems beneficial. It is absolutely beneficial. I think it's one of our hidden gems. I've done a presentation here, I know, before on the hidden gems from dōTERRA, and I think Petitgrain is one of them. Many people say that with Petitgrain, they don't have the photosensitive problem. What does that mean? Sometimes when we go out in the sun and we apply a citrus oil, we can be sun sensitive. It can cause our skin to be get a little bit red if we're exposed to sun. Josephine is mentioning that she doesn't have the photosensitive problem. So that's a very good thing. Okay, let's talk about the next thing, our Serenity Touch. So this is a different delivery system. We talked about Serenity or lavender peace oil. We talked about the capsules. Now let's talk about the touch. Why do we have the touch? Really convenience, convenience, convenience. It is in a stick form with a roll-on on the top. You can stick it in your purse. You can roll it on throughout the day. If you're a person who tends to become anxious throughout the day, the Serenity Touch is really a wonderful product. It is newer to our lineup. I want to say within the last year or so, I think it was a special edition or a limited edition a couple of Christmases ago, and now it's being added back into our lineup. You know all about Serenity Lavender Peace, but I would encourage you to have your products that you need to get a good night's sleep, not only right at hand, but in different formats. So maybe if you run out of one or you want to layer your products. All the touch items, as we know, are pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil. This can make layering a lot easier for you. So let's say you wanted to put on your Serenity and your Petitgrain. Petitgrain is not diluted with fractionated coconut oil, but you could apply your Petitgrain and then apply your Lavender Touch right on top. And it would be automatically diluted by the fractionated coconut oil that's in your Restful blend. So consider using your roll-ons as dilution agents. If you're not in the habit of carrying your fractionated coconut oil around with you because it's clunky or clumsy or messy or whatever, use your roll-ons as your diluting agent. Okay, let's talk about one of my personal favorites, Magnolia Touch. Now, I mentioned that Magnolia is a good one to blend with your Petitgrain because you've got that beautiful sweetness, that lovely floral aroma. We know that Magnolia is an enormous tree. I think our Magnolia comes from China. Some of the trees are as high as 30 meters tall or even higher. They grow for hundreds of years. It is a wonderful, wonderful plant. And I think traditionally, many different uses for the Magnolia flower and the leaves, but let's talk a little bit about the flower specifically. It's known for its emotional benefits. It has a fresh, sort of compellingly sweet aroma. I find it intoxicating. I love all the floral oils without exception. Magnolia is primarily linalool, which may help with feelings of stress or anxiousness. As a personal fragrance, Magnolia gives a constant sort of, I don't know, beautiful, warm aroma. It can help to uplift your mood and refresh your spirits if it's something that you're wearing as a personal favorite. You can add it, just use it as fragrance. I would say primarily ladies, but gentlemen, if you wanted to add it with other things, if you were going to use it as a fragrance, you could use it alone. Gentlemen, I would blend in that Petitgrain. I think that would be a wonderful way to kind of soothe and calm and relax, and also have that kind of herbaceous touch to your fragrance. I think that would be very pleasant. And again, blends well with bergamot, which is another one that I love. It's calming and relaxing, soothing to the skin, and can help relieve anxious feelings. This is also something what we've had on and off for, I guess, 3 years at least. Sleep Kit number 3 has some cool things in them. I mean, it has some typical things, lavender, bergamot, Adaptiv, right? But it also has the Bergamot Mint. Now, I don't know if some of you remember, but Bergamot Mint was a specialty item. I don't even know, it was a limited time offer several years ago, but has that very, I don't know, lemony, minty smell. It is just terrific. It's amazing to diffuse. I wish we could buy it separately. Right now, we cannot, maybe eventually, but you can get it in this kit. The other limited edition item in this is the Serenity Bath Oil. We don't offer the Serenity Bath Oil as a permanent item. I'm going to be actually at the end, I'm going to be giving away a gift to our live listeners, and they're going to be some limited time offers. So interestingly enough, we've got some great limited time offers, but we've also got some oldies but goodies. One of them is lavender. Now, who doesn't know about lavender and all the benefits? Lavender is one of those, like I said, it's one of the OG oils. It's like a blanket that it just covers everything. You can use it from, I don't know, freshening your linen closet or your mattress or your car, combining with other oils. It's a powerhouse. Lavender goes with everything. And I feel like a lot of our blends contain lavender, specifically our sleep blends, right? So we want to make sure that things like when we look at our Serenity blend absolutely contains lavender already. It's great for skin irritations. I don't know. How can I say, there's so many things to say about lavender. I think many of them you already know. Now let's talk about our Bergamot Mint. This is an interesting product. It has that calming from bergamot and the uplifting from mint. If I'm not mistaken, the mint is actually spearmint. So the combination of the two of them together can help to dissipate anxious feelings and provide sort of that clearing, cleansing, purifying benefit. Jocelyn says everyone should have lavender and that she loves the bergamot smell. Charmaine also says that lavender is a must-have. I have to say, most of the time when I meet with people and I ask them, have you ever used essential oils? Do you like essential oils? 99% of them will tell me, yes, I've used lavender. And that's my story as well, right? You all know that when I first started using essential oils, my first oil that I tried was lavender oil, and it worked for me. dōTERRA didn't exist in those days, but a friend kind of turned me on to lavender oil during my pregnancy with my first baby, and that I never looked back, right? I just kept using it. So you can use the Bergamot Mint in a classroom, at work, when stress levels or tension is high. You could apply it to the skin while showering and then inhale deeply for that calming, and enjoy its purifying kind of that freshness. Whenever we talk about mint, we want to talk about respiration. So we're talking about bergamot and mint together. We're getting the relaxation of the bergamot, and we're getting the clear, easy breathing from our mint. You can actually add it to tea. So instead of just adding your bergamot oil, which would give you the Earl Grey tea, you can add this and get an Earl Grey mint tea. Sounds amazing. I have not tried it in tea myself. You can apply it to your feet with a carrier oil before bedtime, or use in a relaxing massage. And it's terrific during meditation to clear and revitalize the mind and just bring on mindfulness, right? When we're meditating or we're praying, we want to be as mindful as directed as we possibly can. We can diffuse it, apply it under the nose, on the chest, soles of the feet, the forehead, the back of the neck, the pulse points are along the spine. Any of those places are going to help to really direct the essential oil exactly where we want it. And when we're trying to sleep and we want to make sure that we're actually able to rest, applying the essential oils to our pulse points is going to be one of the quickest ways for us to get the result that we're looking for. Okay, here's a personal favorite of mine, Adaptiv. Adaptiv, newer on the hit parade, but we know that there's a whole Adaptiv line. We've got our Adaptiv Calming Blend, which is shown here in 15 milliliters. We've also got our Adaptiv gel caps. And then finally, we have our Adaptiv roll-on. Let me take a sip of water, my goodness. Talking so fast today. I love Adaptiv, different from Serenity. I would say you could probably apply Adaptiv throughout the day. So if you're having a particularly stressful day, you keep down those levels of tension, apply your Adaptiv, diffuse your Adaptiv, take your Adaptiv capsules. The most effective way to get the best results is to take these three products together. You have a big meeting, you're talking to someone that makes you nervous, use your Adaptiv. It can help you to sustain your attention while easing the body and mind. You can soak in a relaxing tub, you can mix it with fractionated coconut oil, diffuse it, of course, apply it wherever you need to. I like it when perhaps I'm studying or trying to concentrate on something. Anna says to mention that she loves Adaptiv, and the Adaptiv Touch is like a perfume. And Charmaine says, I bring my Adaptiv roll-on along wherever I go. Jumat tells us that his wife loves lavender. I have to say, what's not to love? Lavender is amazing. And Grace tells us that lavender is her first oil too. Go Grace. I'm telling you, lavender is one of those just amazing products that you can't live without. Let's talk a little bit about Peace Touch. There is another company out there that makes essential oils, and they have a very famous blend that smells a lot like this. And I'm not going to tell you what the blend name is from that company, but if you suffice it to say that it has something also to do with peace. Wonderful. This is called the Reassuring Blend. It's a blend of floral and mint essential oils. You can slow yourself down, take a deep breath, reconnect, compose yourself so that if you're feeling anxious or something's about to happen and you're just having those jittery feelings, take out your roll-ons. Keep your roll-ons with you, folks. That's an easy way for us to just decompress throughout the day. I sometimes will find a roll-on either in my purse or in my car when I'm out and about, and I'll think, wow, I'm going to put that on. Just having it there is reassuring. And I may not be carrying, sometimes I'm carrying oil specifically for specific purposes. And otherwise there's sometimes just a little pouch for general purposes. And I'll think during the day, you know what? I need some essential oils. I think they're really going to calm me down or perk me up or help me to do whatever it is I want to get done. You can use your Peace Touch for feelings of contentment, composure, and reassurance when you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed with your emotions. So use your Peace Touch. And like most of the other roll-ons, you're going to roll it onto your wrist, the back of your neck, along the spine. For a restless child, you could put it on the bottoms of their feet, have them put on socks, and then use their oil throughout the day. I think we've got about two more products in this. We've got our Balance Touch, another delivery system that wasn't available until recently. Balance Touch obviously is our famous grounding blend, blended with fractionated coconut oil in an easy to use touch roll-on format. It does include spruce, whole wood, frankincense, blue tansy, and blue chamomile. All of those oils are very powerful, extremely relaxing, blended together. It has kind of a heady aroma. I use my balance probably not as much as I should, but I really do love it. The original balance, which comes in the 15 milliliter bottle, also has some fractionated coconut oil in it, but the grounding blend in the Touch has a little bit more. So if you want to use it on a child, this would be the product that you'd want to use. And then I think finally, our last product is Serenity Linen Mist. This is a product that was a limited time offer. It's only offered occasionally. I love this linen mist. And you can, right now, you can only get it as part of these kits. Now, you could make your own linen mist, or you could buy the kit, save the bottle, and then keep reusing it and putting a little bit of Serenity in there. Serenity has lavender, cedarwood, whole wood, ylang-ylang, Roman chamomile, sandalwood, and vetiver to make it very grounding and soothing. Mist your pillows and your bedding before you go to sleep. You could mist your towels so that when you come out of the shower, especially if you're a person who showers at night, you kind of envelop yourself with that lovely misted fragrance, and also get that feeling of, I'm going to escape into restful sleep now as I get into bed. And it is a comforting and renewing aroma. So the Serenity Linen Mist, a special offer, only available in these packs. So whether you have used, and let me know maybe in the chat, have you used these, the wellness packs, the Serenity, specifically the sleep kits, or have you purchased, I'm sure you've purchased most of these products, but are you interested in the kits? Have you used them before? I want to hear in the chat before we say goodbye to some of our people online. We are always producing more content on places like Instagram or Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube. If you're following along, you know that we're producing at least 1 or 2 videos every single week on most of the topics that I think that you are interested in. We've got a lot of new content coming up in the new year in 2022. So wherever you may be, if you're in North America or Europe or South America or Asia, and I know we're reaching almost all of those contents with this little production right now, but I'm so happy that you're all here. We wish you a very, very happy new year. And I wish you all the blessings of the season, everything that you deserve. And may this 2022 be a refreshing, a renewal for all of you and for your family. And may you experience peace and good health in the new year. So I send you my blessings. And I want to say actually farewell to anybody who's on the live. We're going to be going just to the, whoops. There we go. We're going to be talking just to the people that are on our, there we go. Just to the people that are staying on the live. So we're saying goodbye to everyone who's on YouTube. Have a wonderful week. Happy New Year. If you can get out and celebrate, I don't think we're going to be celebrating outdoors here, but we'll be celebrating here at home. Have a wonderful, wonderful, happy New Year. And we'll see you back here next Monday. Bye-bye now.